Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully having a great day today. So BigBear.AI crashed the market about 40% over the past few days. And I want to take a look at what that looks like. Been a little bit sick the past 2 days. Apologize for less uploads. I wasn't even able to go live in our live sessions on StockMate because of something that I caught while traveling across the US from Miami to California. So apologize. But again, hopefully we are good to go now. Let's take a look at BigBear.AI. So our portfolio is down. We're down about $1,000 here on BigBear.AI. You can see our overall portfolios is down as well. Um, and it's a shame because, as that's happening, you see Google is up, SPY is up, and VDL, or not NVIDIA, that's the inverse of NVIDIA, but Cooler is up. And so when it comes down to this trade here, I actually want to roll a clip for you guys from this piece of content that I did. I think it was yesterday, and or not yesterday, sorry, 2 days ago, and we were talking about it. It's still below that EMA, the exponential moving average, as well as the SMA. So still not a perfect entry because we don't have a lot of confirmation of a continuation up. So this trade is a little more risky. Our portfolio. So I don't know if you guys hear that, but basically I said we don't have confirmation of a reversal on Big Bear right here where we entered, and that it was a little bit risky ahead of earnings. And that's exactly what happened. We didn't get confirmation. We didn't see it push up above the EMA. And we saw it continue down. And it sold down to $3.28 from that $4.45, $4.50 range. And so now it's looking more, I would say more of a, obviously we don't have any indication of a reversal right now. There's no indication that it's going to recover. Um, if you even draw out the trend from where it is, it looks now extremely oversold, but doesn't necessarily mean it won't continue down. With this type of momentum, you just never know. Of course, it could recover, but that's just, we don't have any confirmation again. So I wouldn't buy with the thought of it going up. I already made that mistake one time. And I just made a video about 3 days ago on what the top 3 mistakes are. Avoid these 3 mistakes. And what do you know? I go and make the exact same mistake. One of the mistakes, which was the mistake was plan. Simply the plan. Didn't stick to a plan. And didn't wait for confirmation. So it didn't meet my criteria. Anyway, so as a result, our portfolio is down about 0.4%. We could see the overall growth of BigBear.AI was actually pretty bad on their earnings. They, as you can see, missed earnings. I don't know if they'll show it here. Yeah, they don't have September. They have the past few days. But if you take a look at their earnings here that they reported March 5th directly on their website here, we can take a look at their earnings release. And their revenue was up. They missed their earnings per share big time. I don't know if they outline it here in this report, but they missed their earnings per share. I want to say it was by like 30 or 40 cents. So really not too good for their earnings per share. Now we saw their revenues from 2023, into this last quarter 2024. You can see that they did increase a little bit and then tapered off, so they haven't seen any big gains. So the financials hit them hard. It didn't really give them a good, I would say, momentum that they can play off of. And then when you look at some of their contracts and what they have, we know that they have some fairly good, they have their foot in the door in some companies that are in the government. So you got Army, you got, I believe, Navy, they got the Secretary of Defense, Department of Defense. There's that Navy contract there. They got Air Force, Department of Air Force. So they have a lot of these contracts with the U.S. There's that another Navy contract, and you could look at a 5-year, $165 million contract with Army there, and then they got Denver International Airport, Heathrow Airport, and all those contracts kind of coming in the last year is when they executed those contracts. So now, when we're seeing, their financials not quite reflect that they're getting money in the door tremendously from those contracts, or that it's an improvement. Not that they're not getting money, but that it's an improvement. Investors didn't like that one bit. And here's the deal: some of the contracts that they signed were expected to take place and start being implemented in 2025. So that's something you got to consider. We could see that their quarter one is reflective of that in their earnings, but we don't know. Maybe some of their other contracts are going to expire. So we're still going to want to look and see that they have new contracts. The outlook on the price action right now, you can see this trend of a downtrend that has been going it's pretty sharply declined, as you can see. There's a resistance right here and some consolidation, support, and it's kind of in that level. So let's see, that's one resistance, some consolidation. That's not the prettiest. I would say what might be stronger is down this level. It's possible they hold this level right here. This is a level. You can see that resistance, some consolidation, resistance right here, some support right there, and then some support as well. And that's kind of where it's at, but they did drop below that. So the next level would essentially be down at this support. You can see that one's a little stronger. So you got resistance, some consolidation, support. And so at about $3.25, they have this support. Now they hit 313 today. So I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see, $3.25. I wouldn't be surprised if it continues down. I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw a drastic recovery. Now, I already am feeling okay. This is a trade that I already have $2.80 average. We started covering the stock back in November. Some of you guys, maybe you started getting into Big Bear up here. Maybe you started getting in around $9, $6, $4, $3. Now, if that's you, there's three things you got to think about. The first is, when you're looking at it right now, has your plan changed? Are you looking for long-term holding and you're going to slowly be investing into this company for the long term? Well, in that case, you're progressively investing in it, and it's not something that you should feel quite content with these low prices and that you could potentially add to your position. Or, so that's first thing, the time frame. You might have another time frame where you said, I plan to trade this thing short term, and it continued down, and now I'm feeling uneasy. Now, brings us to number two. So first one, how's your time frame? Evaluate that. Number two is the emotional turmoil. I'm right here. I'm like, dang, $1,000 down on this one. We have some things like Mara, Nvidia carrying us a little bit, but I'm like, dang, that's not something I want to see. Because we've had really consistent gains on a consistent basis. This is something that can wipe out some gains. We've seen it wipe out. The stock itself has wiped out a considerable amount of its gains so far. And so emotionally, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, well, gosh, this is a pretty strong support. I would like to see this hold. I might taper down my position even more, even though we have some in our Schwab at $2.80. This trade, I might taper it down and hold on to, a little bit of a loss, but allocate that capital into some places that I could see it possibly move faster or grow quicker. But the emotional toll, if it's too emotional for you to be in it, then sometimes that means you have to cut your losses. You don't want to have, you don't want to be in a position in the market where you're so emotionally attached to something that it hurts. Like, at least I don't want to be in a position where I'm like, I mean, every once in a while, yeah, you see a dip and you're like, well, got to keep holding and get on my position. I'm not going to get too emotional. You know, that's something that happens. So keep that in mind. And realize that this part of the market, this will happen anyway. It's a sell-off. It happens. We've seen it for years and years and years. It's always going to happen. And nothing's going to change about those things happening. What has to change is how we react to it. Anyway, the important thing, number 3, comes down to the plan that you have moving forward is you should look at the psychology of the market. Right now, if we're looking at this company, I would say a lot of people would consider buying right now. And so that's why I haven't sold. I would say before I sell something, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, well, would I buy this right now? I wouldn't necessarily buy this right now, but I could imagine that it's in this range that a lot of people could see it as a potential buy being down from that $10 range. So with that being said, that's how I kind of look at it. Now, if you look at it and you say, I don't think anyone would buy this. Look how it's going. This thing's going to sell down and it's going to $1. Okay, if that's your analysis and it points to, absolutely sell. Because you don't even see the market psychology on the flip side that you would buy it. And so that's how you got to look at it too, I think. So 3 things to remember, 3 things to put you on the right track with your plan, your time frame, your psychology, and how you're in the position. And thank you guys so much for watching BigBear.AI. I could definitely keep you guys updated 100% on the future moves, and I will be keeping you updated. So keep that in mind if you'd like more updates on this. Feeling a lot better and definitely will recover through this weekend. So we will be going live at Market Open, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you'd like to enroll, you can join in the second link in the description. Stock me to watch me trade live on Monday and join our community of traders and investors where each day at Market Open, we are on a live session there Monday through Friday. So again, it's the second link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.